In recent news, Pokimane has opened up about why she stepped away from her cookie company and what really went wrong behind the scenes, and it's quickly turned into a much bigger conversation than just a business update. What stood out immediately wasn't just the decision itself, but the way she explained it. Instead of defending the launch or brushing off criticism, she admitted that things didn't go how she expected, sharing in the following clip.
Last but not least, the cookies company, which I launched like 2-3 years ago. Unfortunately, the launch for that did not go as we planned, but let's go into the lesson right away. It taught me that what it means to be a content creator is very, very, very different from what it means to be a business owner. There are certain things that most businesses can get away with that you cannot do if you are creator backed. And so as soon as I realized, oh, maybe this isn't the right time for me to be the face of a product, I stepped away from the company and I let them just continue operating as they please. I didn't take any profits, though it was making money, but that would go straight to staff or other investments. And yeah, that was 2 or 3 years ago. I think they might have started winding down since then, but I haven't really had much involvement since the launch.
Once the clip started circulating, the reaction came in fast, and it was split almost immediately. On one side, a lot of people weren't convinced. They went straight back to the original controversy around the product, bringing up the pricing, the comparisons to other brands, and the way criticism was handled at the time. From their perspective, this wasn't really accountability. It was more like reframing what happened after the fact. Some took it even further, accusing her of being fake, or saying the outcome was obvious from the beginning. For them, the issue wasn't the pressure of being a creator, it was the decisions made during the launch itself. But on the other side, there were people defending her. They argued that the backlash she received went way beyond normal product criticism and turned into something more targeted. To them, this clip showed someone actually reflecting and learning publicly, something most creators don't even attempt to do. Then there were more neutral takes that landed somewhere in the middle. People who acknowledged that the launch had clear issues, but also agreed with her core point, that creator-led businesses face a level of scrutiny that traditional brands simply don't. When something goes wrong, it doesn't just stay a business problem, it turns into content, debate, and online discourse all at once. And that's really why this blew up. Now with Mizkif reacting to the situation, it's brought fresh attention, but from a more blunt, unfiltered angle. Instead of focusing on the business side, his take leans into how quickly the brand fell apart once the narrative turned against it. He frames it less as a slow failure, and more like something that collapsed the moment public perception shifted, sharing in the following.
Alright, just like it failed, right? The cookies failed. They were way too expensive, and the meme that blew up destroyed the brand immediately, and she quit. That's exactly what happened, is she quit. Before the ship sank, she jumped off the Titanic, got on a small boat, right, and left. That's exactly what happened. That's it. I don't know why she had to, say she left, and then they're still in process, making it sound like they're still there. They're done. It's an absolutely done company. We've tried to go on the website itself. It doesn't even work. You can't even ship things if you wanted to. It's been done. I don't know why she has to use these words like winding down and things like that. It's just done. It's a done thing.
Her cookie company failed because everyone realized it was a scam product, marketed as a healthy food, and all it had was an extremely small amount of vitamin D. Then add in pricing, and the way she handled the criticism was doomed from that moment. Her bad media regarding the company made her collapse under pressure. Bad media is good. Relaunch the cookie company and be the negotiator. You have control of media. That means you have control of trades and infrastructure. In recent news, a fresh debate has sparked around Kick, and this time it's not about big contracts or streamers switching platforms, but something much deeper, the sudden collapse of gambling content on the site. The conversation started after Pirate Software broke down what he believes actually happened behind the scenes. According to him, Kick didn't just slowly phase gambling out, they effectively killed the entire category overnight by changing the incentives that kept it alive in the first place, sharing in the following.
Years from that point. And they've done something interesting, which is Kick Partner Program. Now, you cannot make any money if you're streaming gambling. They give you $0 from this. And I was like, that's really interesting. Overnight, you saw gambling not in the top 3 on the platform anymore. I can actually go back and look at it where they started to make these changes. They didn't just stop incentivizing it, they de-incentivized it. You make $0 per hour from their partner program if you're streaming gambling. And I was like, that's actually a really good change. Then they started cleaning up the platform and doing better moderation tools, new auto mod features that they have in, and they started banning shitloads of partners. And I was like, that's actually really good and not what I expected. They're removing people from their partner program left and right and center, and they're like evangelizing that. We just removed 400 partners. And I was like, okay. That's not really what you see
Some people agreed with the take entirely. They claimed this had actually been happening quietly for months, and that most viewers were only just catching on now. From their perspective, this wasn't sudden at all, just something that finally became visible. They also pointed out that Kick had already been making moves like allowing users to hide gambling categories years ago, which supports the idea that this shift was planned long term. Others focused on what comes next. With gambling potentially losing its place as a major driver, people started speculating about monetization, especially ads. There's growing curiosity about whether Kick is preparing to introduce a full ad system, and if so, whether it will be limited to top partners or opened up more broadly to affiliates and smaller creators. Then there's the more critical side of the conversation. Some believe this wasn't about cleaning up the platform at all, but simply a financial decision. The argument there is that companies backing Kick may have reached a point where endlessly funding creators, especially in gambling, wasn't sustainable. So instead of continuing to pour money in, they're shifting toward a more traditional revenue model, like ads.